Hello everybody, today I'm going to be teaching you how to sew a button onto your pants so that you can wear suspenders like I am. The most important thing is that your buttons are equidistant from each other like I'm showing you here, so that when you put the suspenders on, it goes straight up perpendicular to the pants. In this graph, the circles are the buttons, the parabola is the leather part of the suspenders, and the green part is the suspenders themselves. Think of the buttons as the x-intercepts of the parabola. You want it so that the actual suspenders, the green part, is perpendicular to the x-axis, or in this case, the line of your pants. You will need scissors, twine that looks like your pants, 6 buttons, because 2 times 3 is 6. You'll need needles, and if you're feeling like it, use some fabric glue just to make sure that the threads hold. You need 6 buttons because each suspender needs 2 buttons. So first, you have to find the center of the back of your pants, which is what I'm doing with the Sharpie, and then 1 inch from the center in both directions, which is what I'm marking here, is where you actually want to put the suspenders. As you can see, that's where it's going to end up. So you're going to thread the needle, you're going to get a button, you're going to take your button and your threaded needle, and you're going to put the needle, if you can see here, which it's kind of hard to because it's so close to the camera, you're going to put the needle inside of one of the holes of the button. And then you're going to put the needle through your pants, like this, starting from the inside going out, and then you're going to go from the outside and go in, and don't poke yourself like I just did there. Pull the thread through, and then thread it through one of the other holes of the buttons. And you're going to do this just a bunch of times, which is what you can see in this time lapse here. And you should get a crisscrossed pattern on top of your button, like that. And then here, I'm going to take the needle side of my thread and the other side, and I'm going to tie a knot. And then I'm going to snip it. And then, just to reinforce it, I'm going to add just a little bit of glue on both sides, both on the button and on the back. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it just to make sure that it stays. Snip it again to get rid of excess. Put some glue underneath just to really make sure it's not going anywhere. And congratulations, that is 1 out of the 6 buttons complete. And here you can see I'm just measuring it out using a different pair of pants as reference. And you want to make sure that the buttons are always equidistant from each other relative to the other ones. So they're always 2 inches apart, which is what I'm marking here. And you can see in this time lapse, I'm sewing on another button. You want to make sure that when you're done sewing, the top of the leather part of the suspenders is in the midpoint right above your 2 buttons. So here you can see I finished all the buttons, and yes, I know I have a bloody nose. And so, as you can see, there are the buttons. It might be hard to see because some of the buttons are white, but you just clip them in, or button them in, like I am doing here. And if you did it right, they should hold, and they should be very durable. That's one side, here's the other side. You can see more clearly here how the leather part of the suspenders is like a parabola, and the waist of your pants are like the x-axis. Here you can see the suspenders and the graph from earlier both right next to each other, and it's very clear how, again, the buttons are the circles, the parabola is the leather part of the suspenders, and the green part is the rest of the suspenders. As you can see, with my sewed buttons, it ensures that the suspenders are perpendicular to the x-axis, or the waist of the pants. This is what you want to happen. Also, if you were to continue the green section downwards, it would fall right into the midpoint between the 2 buttons, or the 2 circles. In the real example, if the suspenders were to continue downwards, they would fall right on the midpoint in between the 2 buttons. Again, the 2 circles. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day.